Jabu's speech, his word stood out for me because he actually taught us that you shouldn't be driven by money. So it's all about passion as well.
Don't try to do something that you think other people have done well before. Look for what you have, because everybody has something planted in them that they have to offer the world. And if you look too far in other people, you're going to lose that. Basically, in today's terminology, do you.
It's funny you asked the question. I actually run a mentorship and skills organization called Get Ready. So we do exactly the same thing, providing mentorship to unemployed graduates. So our niche is on unemployed graduates. So that shows how passionate I am about mentorship myself. So I come here to get mentored. I then go back and I mentor unemployed grads, obviously together with the massive team that I have working behind me. So critically important to have mentorship. Critically important to have people that you can touch base with and ask questions and get honest answers from. And that's another good thing about this event, is that chances are some of the stuff that Baba Mabuza was saying, he probably wouldn't say on a podium at Sandton City Convention Center. But here he gave us the real meat of his experience.
At the top of my mind would be that there is something different that you need to do this year that you haven't done before. There has to be something different. Otherwise, there's not going to be any different results. The second one is that all the help that you actually need is actually there. There's money, there's wisdom, there are people who've done what you want to do, and there are people who've been successful at it. So I think the important thing is to not keep quiet and ask for it. And the last one, I think often people complain about, like, I need doors open, I need to talk. Just don't stop. Keep shouting until somebody hears you. Just keep at it. Yeah.
They're exceptional. I think they're doing their bit in terms of growing the brand of South Africa and trying to emphasize that it's not only them as an agency, but it's also in our roles as entrepreneurs that we need to play our own part in terms of growing the brand of South Africa as we interact with other companies within South Africa itself and abroad. And I particularly liked their Let's Play Our Part initiative. Their road shows that they're just inspiring people that as we make money, as we make revenue, as we grow our businesses, but let's play our part as business leaders in our various communities in little ways or forms that we possibly can.
I think there is a huge misconception about what it takes to actually make a business work. I think entrepreneurship is over-glamorized in most cases, and I think the reference points are generally incorrect, and that has got a negative effect on how people think about working towards making a business come to life. Most seasoned entrepreneurs will tell you that it's blood, sweat and tears, and especially in the early phases of any business, the work that you put in is probably more than any work you do working a 9 to 5. So that concept around how much effort you need to put in versus what you're going to get out definitely needs to change. I also think the younger people are getting, the more they're multitasking, and typically multitasking and doing lots of businesses at the same time. The only challenge with that is that you generally give not 100% to like a number of things, and you don't move as quickly as you should, as opposed to trying to be a little bit more focused. And I think it's more of a discipline and a maturity and understanding your capabilities around multitasking. I'm a big believer in multitasking, but I think the discipline is knowing when you need to double down and focus on something. So I do think, yeah, it does need to change quite a bit. Being an entrepreneur at its core is about being human, because I think most of the problems that entrepreneurs identify come as a result of having an empathetic view on the person they're trying to solve a problem for. So, by hook or by crook, you're forced to think about the problem you're solving in the context of a human being before you create the solution. The best entrepreneurs and the best businesses are founded in that ability to look around and figure out ways that can enhance people's lives. So I do think it's a core part of, especially in developing markets, especially in Africa right now. The ability to have that kind of empathy is definitely an advantage. If you just think about your productivity as an entrepreneur, you have to get a lot done with very little. So purely on just making yourself more productive as an individual, technology can help you to do that. I think the ability to collaborate and connect with other people potentially that can help your business is also important. So the ecosystem in which you operate, technology helps you to be able to bring that together. And last but not least, if you understand technology, part of what service or solution you provide can actually be part of what you use as a value proposition into your market. So I think technology at this point in time is critical for entrepreneurs, especially those that are starting with very little or nothing. It's quite easy to be able to be operational quite quickly. If you're smart about the technology you use, it's quite easily to come across as being professional and knowing what you're doing if you know how to use technology. And at the same time, as I said, if you've got a clear understanding of it, you can actually build value that you can on-sell to someone else. So I think technology, it's a no-brainer for entrepreneurs. They just need to embrace it most of the time.